In a surprising outcome, Nick Nemeth is the brand new TNA World Heavyweight Champion after winning the main event of last night's Slammiversary pay-per-view. AEW begins its residency in Arlington, Texas with last night's episode of AEW Collision, in which we saw brand new AEW World Trios Champions crowned as the Patriarchy walked away with the gold. Darby Allin seemingly has laid out the challenge to Jack Perry for the TNT Championship at the upcoming All-In show at Wembley Stadium. Hologram makes his AEW debut last night on Collision. Sky Blue's match with Hikaru Shida is ended after a legitimate injury suffered by Blue. ABC are the brand new TNA World Tag Team Champions, winning the titles last night at Slammiversary. Kota Ibushi makes a surprise in-ring return at a DDT Pro Wrestling event this weekend in Japan. Earl Hebner makes a surprise appearance last night at Slammiversary as Mike Bailey is the brand new X Division Champion. FTR speak last night on Collision and possibly set up a three-way AEW World Tag Team title match for AEW All-In. Britt Baker's return match is set for this Wednesday's edition of AEW Dynamite, and Konosuke Takeshita is victorious in his New Japan debut in the G1 Climax Tournament. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off with the main event of last night's Slammiversary pay-per-view, where many assumed we would see a new TNA World Heavyweight Champion crowned, one being Joe Hendry, but indeed that was not the case. Moose, of course, was the TNA World Champion going into Slammiversary, having held the title since Hard to Kill in January. He put the title on the line last night in a six-way elimination match against Joe Hendry, Nick Nemeth, Josh Alexander, Steve Macklin, and Frankie Kazarian. Now, many fans went into last night hoping Joe Hendry, who has made numerous WWE NXT appearances recently, would come out as the TNA World Champion, but that wasn't to be, as he was eliminated by Josh Alexander, who seemingly turned heel in the process after hitting Hendry with a low blow. Now, Hendry had eliminated Moose right before that, though, which did guarantee a title change. The match was eventually won by Nick Nemeth, who was the brand new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Nemeth joined TNA at the Hard to Kill event in January, having been released by WWE in September of 2023. What do you make of this outcome? Did it surprise you? Did you expect Joe Hendry to win? Is it a case of the chase is better than actually winning the title? Could Hendry win it at Bound for Glory? Or is it an indication that maybe Hendry could be eventually on his way to WWE full time? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Now, last night, AEW began their residency in Arlington, Texas for the Road to All-In Summer Series. Now, as I mentioned, the change in set and overall presentation for the Summer Series from the Esports Stadium Arlington was revealed. With the signature Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting by Elton John absent, there was a brand new Collision theme song, which can be listened to on the broadcast. Last night's July 20 episode of Collision unveiled the look of the inside of the Esports Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the summer home for multiple AEW and Ring of Honor shows. Running shows in Esports Stadium Arlington on numerous upcoming dates. AEW is set to also host events on July 26, July 27, August 1st, August 10, and August 17. With the debut of a new stage, entranceway, and red ring ropes, there was also a unique setting for backstage action as well. So what did you make of the presentation of last night's AEW Collision at the Esports Stadium, and what are your thoughts on this residency? How do you think it's going to go? Let me know your thoughts about that one too. Now, we saw brand new AEW World Trios Champions crowned last night after Jay White's absence forced the Bang Bang Gang to vacate their Trios World Championship. The Patriarchy sought to claim the championships by defeating the version that consists of Juice Robinson and the Guns in the main event of Saturday's AEW Collision. After a hard-fought battle that sent Collision into overrun and included plenty of interference and near falls, Christian Cage stood beside Nick Wade and Killswitch as the brand new unified Trios World Champions. The Bang Bang Gang met the Patriarchy and Mother Wayne in the ring, and things unfolded in quick succession. The Texas crowd was kept on the edge of their seats as the two teams fought for dominance in a tug-of-war match. The Bang Bang Gang had a promising performance, but things finally unraveled for Robinson and the Guns when Robinson attempted to reverse a Killswitch attempt from Cage. For reasons that are unclear, the referee grabbed onto Cage's leg, which gave Mother Wayne the opportunity to pepper spray Robinson. Cage capitalized on Robinson's affliction and landed the kill switch for the victory. Saturday's victory marked Wayne's first title with AEW since joining the company in 2023. This is also the Patriarchy's first group title since their formation in November of last year. Jay White and the Guns were forced to vacate the Trios World Championships after White was beat down by Hangman Adam Page on the July 6th episode of Collision. Typically, Robinson would have been able to step in for White under the Freebird rule, but interim EVP Christopher Daniels personally rejected the decision. As such, the Bang Bang Gang were stripped of their titles and forced to fight for them just days later. There's no current timeline for Jay White's return. Now, Darby Allin seemingly has his eyes set on Jack Perry and the TNT Championship. Darby Allin and the Beast Mortos opening match on Saturday's edition of AEW Collision had the Texas crowd chanting AEW, but Darby's post-match announcement sent the crowd into a frenzy of approval. As Darby Allin sat in the ring, he issued a challenge. He is seeking out Jack Perry and the TNT Championship at AEW All In. Darby and Mortos' match ahead of AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts fired up the Collision crowd. Both men picked up considerable offense, but a coffin drop from Darby earned him the victory. He took to the microphone after the match and called out the Elite for their lack of holistic leadership. After he called out the Young Bucks for their absence on AEW Collision, Darby turned his attention to Perry and the TNT Championship. He claimed that the TNT Championship was everything to him and staked his claim on the title. Quote, "So Jack, I know that All In's right around the corner," Darby said, "so if you have any balls, let's play." Now, Perry won the TNT Championship in a six-man ladder match at Forbidden Door after previous champion Adam Copeland vacated the title due to a broken leg. So far, Perry has defended the title once against Marco Stunt and is coming up on 20 days as champion. Now, Perry is yet to respond to Darby's challenge, but the two are scheduled to clash in the Blood and Guts match on the upcoming episode of AEW Dynamite this Wednesday. Now, last night we saw the debut of a brand new original character in All Elite Wrestling. Hologram has been teased for weeks. After weeks of teases and vignettes, AEW's new Hologram character made his official debut on Collision Saturday night, defeating independent wrestler Gringo Loco, who himself was wrestling only his second match ever on AEW programming. Hologram received an elaborate entrance, coming to the ring with a light-up jacket in the form of a H. He then proceeded to have a strong athletic showing against the indie veteran, eventually putting him away with an airplane spin into a powerbomb, which commentary informed fans was called the Portal Bomb. In the lead-up to the debut, it was reported that Hologram is being portrayed by former AAA luchador Aramis, now working under an AEW contract. The character is supposedly a personal project and original creation of AEW CEO and President Tony Khan that he's had in his head for years. What did you make of the debut last night? Now, a bit of a concerning moment last night on AEW Collision. Hopefully, AEW fans don't believe in bad omens, because a legitimate injury to Sky Blue is an unfortunate way to kick off the promotion's residency in Arlington, Texas on Collision. In the second match of the evening, Sky Blue was set to take on former three-time AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida. Just minutes into the contest, however, Blue took a crossbody from Shida to the outside and didn't get back up. After being evaluated by the ringside medical staff, the match was called off, with Shida being awarded the victory. Now, the exact nature of the injury is unclear at the moment, but as Nigel McGuinness pointed out on commentary, it seemed to involve the leg or lower body of Blue, who was clearly unable to stand. Collision went to commercial following the injury, with the action clearly expected to continue in picture. Instead, viewers could see Shida trying to buy time for Blue to be examined, only to ultimately leave the ring and walk back up the ramp. By the time the commercial break ended, it was clear the match wouldn't be continuing, and Shida was announced as the winner due to referee stoppage. Now, in a post on social media on X, AEW President Tony Khan said Blue suffered an ankle injury and was being evaluated. If we get any more details on the severity or nature of the injury, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. Now, going back to last night's Slammiversary pay-per-view, we have brand new TNA World Tag Team Champions. The TNA Wrestling Tag Team Championships were on the line when Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards from the System defended against Ace Austin and Chris Bay, known as ABC. ABC scored the victory to become the new TNA World Tag Team Champions in one of several title changes in the pay-per-view. Now, this was really surprising here. Kota Ibushi is back in in-ring competition. After 6 months away since his last match in wrestling, injured AEW star Kota Ibushi made his return to DDT Pro. At Pro Wrestling Noah's The New Year event earlier on this year, Kota Ibushi defeated Namochi Marufuji. Now, during the course of the bout, Ibushi suffered an injury to both of his ankles and had to be escorted from the ring with the aid of officials. Since then, Ibushi has not been seen on AEW programming or in any other promotion. On the July 21st DDT Pro Wrestle Peter Pan shows, Kota Ibushi made his in-ring return. The match saw Ibushi go at it with DDT Pro Wrestling President Sanshiro Takagi. This marks Ibushi's first match back in DDT since 2017 and his first match back in wrestling since January. After the match, Ibushi asked Takagi if he could come back and face him in DD Pro in the future, which he agreed. Now, it remains to be seen when Kota Ibushi will make his return to All Elite Wrestling at the time of recording. Now, we saw a pretty shocking cameo last night at TNA Slammiversary. During the X Division Championship match, WWE legend and TNA Wrestling Hall of Famer Earl Hebner made a surprise cameo at the TNA Slammiversary pay-per-view. At TNA Slammiversary in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Mustafa Ali defended the X Division Championship against Speedball Mike Bailey. After the referee was knocked out during the bout, legendary ref Earl Hebner made a surprise cameo and returned to TNA Wrestling. Ali then applied the sharpshooter to Montreal's own Speedball and wanted Hebner to call the match like the infamous 1997 Montreal Screwjob with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. However, Hebner hesitated and refused to do so, which led to Ali becoming infuriated with the iconic referee. Bailey was able to rally and eventually locked on his own sharpshooter and got the victory to become the brand new TNA X Division champion. This marks Speedball's second reign with the X Division Championship since losing the gold in 2022, while this was also Ali's first singles loss since leaving WWE at the end of 2023 and ended his 149-day reign as X Division champion. Now, going back to last night's AEW Collision, we heard from FTR, who possibly have planted the seeds for a big match coming up at AEW All In. On the July 20 episode of AEW Collision, FTR's Dax Howard and Cash Wheeler spoke for the first time since their return from injury. During their promo, the former two-time AEW World Tag Team Champions called out the Young Bucks for not defending their titles over the past 6 weeks that they were out of action. Howard spoke about their journey back to the title starting next week and claimed that it will end at Wembley Stadium at AEW All In 2024. After Collision went off the air, AEW's X account posted a video where Lexi Nair caught up with FTR to get further thoughts from the duo on both the Young Bucks and their current number one contenders, the Acclaimed. Dax Howard and Cash Wheeler talked about their past with the Acclaimed, with Max Caster and Anthony Bowens owning a victory over FTR from 2022 when they attempted to hold 4 sets of tag titles at the same time. Howard in particular called out the Acclaimed for being on the verge of blood and guts against the Elite to not take it seriously enough. The duo then warned both teams that they are coming for the AEW World Tag Team Championships at AEW All In. So what are your thoughts on this, and do you think we could see possibly a 3-way bout for the titles at Wembley Stadium? Now, Britt Baker, she's going to have her first match back from injury this coming week on AEW Dynamite. After Sky Blue's injury brought her AEW Collision match to a screeching halt, her opponent Hikaru Shida was left unsatisfied in her bloodlust. The former 3-time AEW Women's World Champion took to a backstage interview, and by the time her segment aired, she had set her sights on a new opponent, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Shida entered the backstage interview and succinctly cut off Lexi Nair. She shouted her desire for a fight before she announced that she wants to fight with Baker. She went into detail about her target and berated the newly returned Baker for her immediate title opportunity. "Welcome back, and now you want to be the TBS champion?" Shida scoffed. "Get in line." Shida reminded Baker that she made her bleed once before, and she expressed her desire to repeat the offense at the upcoming episode of Dynamite Blood and Guts. Baker returned to AEW in dramatic fashion, following current TBS champion Mercedes Moné's match against Stephanie Vacqua in a title-for-title match at the AEW and New Japan Forbidden Door crossover pay-per-view. Interestingly, Moné also told her new challenger to get back in line, to which Baker claimed there was no line. As Baker's challenge to Moné for the TBS Championship at All In is currently unconfirmed, Shida could appear as a dark horse in the championship scene. Baker has yet to respond to Shida's challenge as of this recording, but it has now been confirmed via a post on social media. And finally, Konosuke Takeshita made his New Japan Pro Wrestling debut this weekend. AEW star Konosuke Takeshita made good on his New Japan Pro Wrestling debut to notch 2 points on the board in Block B of the G1 Climax 34. Takeshita was announced last month among this year's pool of competitors, confirming that the former DDT Pro Wrestling star would be making his debut in the King of Sports, and picked up a victory over Yota Tsuji after 17 minutes of action in the co-main event of the opening night in Osaka. The bout itself saw hard-hitting offense from both competitors in the early going. Takeshita seized control from Tsuji following a stiff lariat, delivering a tope con hero and sending his opponent into the guardrail on the outside. Back inside the ring, Tsuji regained control with a lucha libre style offense, landing a series of innovative movers, much to the crowd's excitement. After surviving a Boston Crab, Takeshita reversed a German suplex attempt into a brainbuster, further hitting a huge knee and a German suplex for a 2 count. He almost lost the match towards the end, with Tsuji landing a mesmerizing Spanish fly off the top rope, followed by a headbutt for a near fall. Tsuji shaped up to finish things off with the Gene Blast, receiving an abrupt flying knee from Takeshita, who followed things up with Raising Fire to win the match by pinfall. Takeshita is now on 2 blocks in Block B, joined by Bolton Oleg, Yuya Uemura, Jeff Cobb, and Henry. The next match in the tournament will come on July 23rd in Hiroshima. But there you go, guys. Latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.